Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome back. Wanted to find out and talk a little bit about car leasing. For the last 13 to 14 cars that my wife and I have driven, they have been brand new car leases. I've always been a big fan, always big proponent of car leasing. I mean, you get to pay a lower amount on your car per month. The car is always under warranty, and in 2.5 or 3 years from the date that you drive that car off the lot, you have the choice of dropping the car off and getting a brand new car, leasing again. If you love the car you're in, you can roll it into a finance and can pay off the balance on the car to own it. Or 3, you can simply drop that vehicle off, the lease is up, and you lease another car or finance another car or just walk away. Maybe you're one of these lucky ones. You've got someone gave you a car in their will, or they didn't need it anymore, or you bought a really nice car cash, or you just don't need to drive 2-3 cars anymore, whatever the case may be. But long story short, my wife and I, our lease is up in December. We go into the dealership. Usually no problem going in a little early. I like to go in prior to my birthday, so the amount of the new car tags and registration for the year are rolled into the lease deal, so it's not out of pocket. Usually your first month's payment is not due, so you can put that money in the bank as well. But this time, due to COVID-related issues in the car industry, rather than have 300 or 350 brand new cars on their lot, they had 19 brand new cars on their lot. And also leasing, because there's a supply and demand issue. If you paid attention in economics in high school, when there's a supply and demand issue, the demand for new cars is outweighed by the production and the availability of new cars. Guess what? There's no incentives, there's no buybacks, there's no rewards, there's no leasing specials, unless you want to cough up a bunch of money out of pocket to lower the payment, which this boy ain't going to do. Usually I go in 0 down, 3-year lease, 36,000 mile warranty, 12,000 miles a year. And let's say, for example, give you an example, let's say a car payment was going to be brand new car over 17 to 19,000. The car payment might be $375, let's say, for 7 years. Leasing, I can lease it for 3 years and pay a car payment of $225, $250. Same car, but I'm leasing it. 3 years later, I turn it back in or have the option of buying it. So this year was a big surprise for me and my wife, a big wake-up call due to car manufacturers, big names too, like Honda, Toyota, cutting back their production of vehicles as much as 30 to 48%. They say it's due to the lack of the computer chips, the brains they put in these cars. The companies that make these computer brains also supply the military. Well, if the military needs chips for their tanks and trucks and planes, and I need a chip for a Toyota or a Nissan or a Honda or a Prius, guess who's going to get the chips first? Guess who's going to get them first? Yeah, that's right, the military. So long story short, this year was the first year it really made a difference. Leasing a car was more expensive and made less economic sense than to finance it. And due to the lack of brand new cars on the lot, there's not that much of an option. So luckily, I take care of my car properly. My wife takes care of her car properly. We rolled those lease cars into a financial situation. They're going to do all the services on the cars, clean them inside and out, drain all the fluids, replace all the fluids, all the filters, check all the belts and hoses and brake pads, blah, 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 blah. Basically, we're going to, instead of driving off the lot in a brand new car, smelling like a brand new car, we're going to drive off in our same cars we've driven the last 3 years and hopefully smell better than when I took them in. You know what I mean? Anyway, guys, just a little quick one. Under 5 minutes, just want to talk about leasing versus financing a car, and how the landscape. The landscape of leasing versus financing has changed. All right. See you next time. Thanks.